Shalom. I want to start off this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone. And salutations to all the Akim out there pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Just going to get right into it. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, and I'm going to start at verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. And that's because the coming of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to catch everybody off guard. You know, just like how the times of of Jacob's trouble. You know, it's just gonna creep upon people, and it's slowly gonna make its way, and then all chaos is just going to break loose. Because sudden destruction is coming to this place. Especially over here in the West, in the North Americas, sudden destruction, and only the prophets and the believers of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, will not be caught off guard when these things start to take place. Verse 3, for when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So these calamities and times of trouble are going to come suddenly, and the ones who are not looking, which is, 2/3 of our people, two-thirds of the nation of Israel, it's going to catch them off guard, and the rest of you heathens out here, there's a lot of pride out there, people, the whole pandemic is, as came and went, but we're living also in a time of war. There's lots of talks about wars and nuclear war, so the destruction is going to come suddenly. The yeah, it's going to come suddenly, and people are not going to see it coming. And just kind of what kind of inspired this little topic of just sudden destruction is, I had a dream, but I can't really remember too much about it, but I just remember that like suddenly just stuff started happening, like, earthquakes in diverse places. Like there's an earthquake here, and over here in Toronto, like we don't really get those things. So I just remember my dream was just earthquake, and you know like the whole downtown core was like shut off. Like it was like if you were to go down there, that it was dangerous. I guess like no man's land type of thing. And yeah, I just that's all I really remember of the dream. But I just remember just destruction just came suddenly. So I'm gonna go into verse 4. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that that day should overtake you as a thief. Yeah, because you know the prophets of Yahweh Shem Shai, and the watchmen, the believers, you know these things, are not going to suddenly overtake us. Obviously, we're in this flesh, and we might, emotions, you might kick in, but That's when we have to fall back on these precepts and fall back on our faith and our trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that no matter what we may face when sudden destruction takes place, that He will have mercy upon us and that He will guide us and take care of us and keep that hedge over us and our households. Verse 5, ye are all children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others. So, we're paying attention. The majority of the people out here, they're asleep. They have no idea what the hell is going on. They're just into their social media. They're into themselves. They're into, you know, moving forward in this wicked kingdom. Well, we can't wait to get the hell out of it. Read that again. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken at night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and the helmet and the hope of salvation. So, sudden destruction isn't gonna catch us off guard. Next precept I'm gonna go into is Proverbs 3, verse 25. Be not afraid of sudden fear. So this is talking about that emotion, Don't when things suddenly start to happen, and I'm speaking to myself when it comes to this, when things suddenly start to happen, be not afraid, don't be fearful, and this is something that I myself, try to work on constantly, you know, especially regarding just the cares of this world and the things of this world. Sometimes or throw little curveballs and it catches us off guard and might spark sudden emotion, and then that's when you have to catch yourself and kind of settle back down within these scriptures and remember your faith and remember the Lord that you serve, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. So, when this destruction cometh, we should not be fearful, because, the Lord has spoke of these things, and these things must happen. These things must take place. People, there's people out there that need to be judged. So when destruction cometh upon them, and, we should not be fearful, but, keep the faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Matthew chapter 24. Start at Salakia. You get verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. So when this sudden destruction cometh, it's going to be a time like never seen before, and the things that have taken place throughout history, the Atlantic slave trade and how we are treated. It just imagine like how bad that was. You were killed, lynched, hung from trees, Our babies were taken away from us, and the time that the time of Jacob's trouble is going to be even greater than that. Verse 22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. So when these miseries start to take place, if Yahweh Shem Yashai didn't come to deliver his elect, then everyone would be destroyed, because that's Esau's agenda. That's what the wicked want. But they are not going to be able to you know to fully establish their new world order. Matthew 24:37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. So Noah was prophesying for many years that this this destruction was going to come, and they didn't want to believe him. The people continued on in their ways, continued on in their wickedness. They're marrying, they're drinking, they're having a great time, having a ball. And then what happened? And then suddenly it started to rain. And once it suddenly started to happen, you know, that's when, they wanted to pay attention. That's when they wanted Noah to let them into the ark. And verse 39, and they not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. So it began to rain, and everyone that was left off that ark, was destroyed. And like so it's going to be when Yahushua returns. Once the elect, have been beamed up into those chariots, then everyone else, it's it's judgment day. And this is how a lot of people are going to be in that time when sudden destruction cometh. Jeremiah 30 verse 5. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask you now, you see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail. So those of you, that have experienced, the birth of a child, what that, the face, or, I'm pretty sure everyone knows what that looks like. But those of us who have experienced it knows what it's like, when a woman is in pain, and, the face she's making, her hands are on her knees, she's she's pushing, those labor pains. It's going to be like that so with men, especially these prideful men. When that day cometh, they're gonna be in fear and in just awe when destruction starts to take place, when those clouds crack, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai, steps out on the scene, in all his glory, you know, as woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. So just imagine that. Just fear. Fear is just gonna just take over the body. Just like that. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. but he shall be saved out of it, and all praise Yahweh Shem Yahshai for that, Lord willing, we're of that, that elect, that that special that special few who are gonna be saved out of these troubling times. Matthew 24 verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So no one knows. Only Yahweh knows when that day is going to come. Only Yahweh knows when he's going to say to Yahweh Shai, all right, go get him. And just imagine that, that just, hits the point of sudden destruction. Because not even Yahweh Shai knows when he's going to return, but only the Father, Yahweh. So the fact that only Yahweh knows that time, it just, magnifies the fact that, it's going to happen suddenly. And this is what Judges 10:13. Yet he have forsaken me and have served other gods, wherefore I will deliver you no more. So, a lot of people are going to be calling out, the name Yahweh. They're going to try to utter that name in that time. Or, the ones are going to call onto false names and false gods. And, the Lord's not going to hear them. This is what he says. It says, go and cry unto the gods which you have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. And that's cold. The ones that don't know Yahweh Bashim Yashar, they're not going to be saved. You're gonna hear a lot of Jesus in that day. You're gonna hear a lot of God. You're gonna hear a lot of Allah, a lot of Buddha. All these false names, and even the ones that know of the name Yahweh Bashim Yashar, you chose not to follow him in these times. You chose not to take that grace period that we've been given to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So when the time comes of this sudden destruction, you're going to call out his name and he's not going to hear you. He's not going to deliver you in the time of your tribulation. When you most need it, it's not going to be there for you. Last precept I want to get. Psalms 91, verse 14. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. So the ones that believe in Yahweh Bashim Yashar, the prophets, the elect, believers, because he hath set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath knoweth my name. And the name is the Father, Yahweh, and the Son, Yahweh Shai. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. And that's beautiful. Just shows, that the Lord does have mercy. The ones that didn't want to pay him no mind, no mercy on them. The ones of him that love him and that serve him, Yahweh Bashim Yashai will honor us and deliver us in our time of trouble. With long life will I satisfy him and shew him my salvation. And that's beautiful. That's powerful. All praise Yahweh Bashim Yashai. So when sudden destruction cometh, only the elect will not be caught off guard, and also the believers, but the rest of you 2/3 and you heathens, you're gonna be caught off guard, and it's gonna be woe unto you. So that's gonna do it. I wanna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim out there pushing the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, and to the hopeful elect, you know. So, yeah, stay on your watch so that sudden destruction doesn't take you. Shalom.